Alright guys, we're here at the Pilot Flying J, and we're about ready to go get in the shower and head home for our 34-hour reset. But before we get into that, this is a topic that I think needs to be addressed for the people who are aspiring to be truck drivers, okay? So a lot of people tell me, oh, I want to be a truck driver, and they see me posting on social media, and they think that trucking is pretty much all biscuits and gravy. And I don't like talking much about negative things, and I'm going to keep this as positive as I can. But we're going to talk about negative things in trucking, okay? So a lot of the stuff that I will continue to post is going to be the fun, the goofy, and just the everyday things in trucking. But there are some things in trucking that is not all that fun, not all that goofy, and not all that enjoyable. So let me explain. So let me take you guys back 2 long hauls ago, making this the third long haul that I'll be talking about in the video. So 2 long hauls ago, the truck broke down, and it had a whole bunch of different issues. But for lack of better terms, the windshield wiper motor went out while it was raining and snowing in Colorado. So windshield just instantly froze over, got a good layer of ice on it, so I couldn't see, and there was nowhere to stop. And then when I did find somewhere to stop, I had to sit there and wait for repairs. And when things like this happen, typically your load gets pushed back, which means you're spending an extra day away from home, and you're also not getting paid for it. And if you are getting paid for it, you're definitely not getting paid a fraction of what you would make with the wheels turning. So, yeah. Then after that haul, came home, went back out, and then the truck broke down again, except for it derated. So when a truck derates, it loses 50 or more percent power. So then I got stranded in New Mexico, and ended up having to get a hotel room and Ubers everywhere, and when that happens, you have to really time when you're going to go and eat properly, because when you're stuck at a hotel, you ain't going anywhere unless it's walking distance. So yeah, then that pushed me back 2 days, and I had a very important situation that had to be handled at home. So I had to figure out a way to make it from Albuquerque, New Mexico, all the way back to California by early morning, like 6 o'clock in the morning, to address something that had to be addressed. It couldn't be rescheduled. So yeah, that happened. So on my last haul, the truck broke down again. Okay, so when the truck broke down, I immediately pulled over because it was an oil light. And for those of you who are slightly mechanically inclined, you would know that oil light is like one of the more serious lights. So I did emergency pull over, turned on my four-way flashers, and within less than 2 minutes, state trooper was already behind me, pulling me over, because where I did my emergency stop, there were signs posted saying no parking anytime. So just because I was in an emergency, I also got a ticket for it. So something that happened with the truck, I also got a ticket for. So now there's a violation on my record. So that's fun. After that, the AC in the truck shut off, right? And now that's not that bad in like these colder states like Wyoming or Nebraska, Colorado, stuff like that. But when you go to Florida and it's 110 to 114 degrees outside, that's brutal to be working and stuck in a truck with no AC. So yeah. So there was no AC in the truck, and that was great. And every time the truck breaks down and you get stuck, you're losing money, and you're also losing time away from home. And if you got family, that really, really will upset you, you know. So not only are you not making money, but you're also not, with your family. So it's a lose-lose situation there. So after that, I was in Texas, and I was driving through this city. I forget what it's called, but the posted speed limit was 55. I was doing 57. Got pulled over again, and yes, got a speeding ticket. 2 miles an hour over, still got pulled over. So with this job comes the risk of affecting your driving record, and your driving record does not affect not only getting another job, going to different companies or whatever, but it also affects your car insurance. So any mistake that I make at home carries on, or I'm sorry, any mistake that is made at work carries on at home and affects you on your day-to-day life. So remember that in trucking. Needless to say, those last 2 hauls were horrible. I got a huge, not a pay cut from work, but because I couldn't cover, X, Y, and Z miles, I didn't get paid adequately, which that just sucked. And then going home after being gone for, extended period of time where you should have made a whole bunch of money and you don't make that money, you just pretty much left your family, and it sucks. So, yeah, totally horrible haul. Now let's move on to this haul. This haul was trash. Okay, so since the AC has been down, boss man took the truck to the Kenworth dealership. Okay, the people that made this truck to fix it, right? And they ended up having the truck for a while. Okay, and I was off for about 2 weeks. So after not making the amount of money that I needed to make, I was also off for a long time. So now I'm, starting to fall behind, and that sucks. So go pick up the truck from Kenworth, and not even 3 minutes after I leave Kenworth, there is no AC yet again. Okay, so now I ain't got no AC yet again, and I cannot afford to drop it back off and keep missing work. So now I'm going to embark on this haul with an AC that is working at 20% capacity. Okay, so that was brutal. Mind you, I'm delivering in Florida, where by the time I arrive there from California, it's projected to be between 110 and 117 in Florida. And let me tell you about that humidity, it is insane. So I'm thugging it out, trying to make it work, and I get this load delivered in Florida, sweating half to death. It's humid as hell. You need a shower as soon as you get out of the shower, right? So I make it to Atlanta, Georgia from Florida, and the AC turns off completely. So now I have 0% AC, right? And I was maxed out. So stopped at Kenworth and dropped it off. They had it for about 2 days, which means that's 2 days of the wheels not turning, 2 days of more lost money, and 2 days of being stranded there, right? Well, they only have a waiting room, so you're sitting there in a chair, no food, no water. They got vending machines where, you buy peanuts or M&Ms or something, but no food, no drinks, no shower, no sleep for 2 days. So finally, I said screw it, went and got a hotel, which you guys saw on my, not my last episode, but probably 2 episodes ago. Got a hotel, got an Uber there, and when I got there, that hotel was an absolute trap house, okay? People doing drugs out there, people doing drugs in the hotel. It was horrible. So had to get a refund, wait 5 to 10 business days for that refund to hit, and get an Uber back to the dealership to sit there and wait. By the time I leave for that haul, now the load is already due by the time I'm leaving. So now the load's getting pushed out another day or two. Okay, so now we're pushing 4 days of unpaid time away from home. So that also sucks. Now I'm making even less money when I'm already backtracking, you see. So yeah, fun times. So then I get this load, I get the truck fixed, AC's working, finally get this load delivered, and now I'm picking up another load from California, or from Colorado to California, right? As soon as I get up into the top of the mountains, where there is no cell service, okay? I'm talking SOS mode. The truck breaks down. One of the main coolant hoses from the radiator to the thermostat just explodes, leaves me stranded, and mind you, I'm on SOS mode and no way to call for help, right? So now I'm stuck there. Definitely no food, no water. It's hot, so I can't turn the truck on because there's no coolant being fed to the engine. And so now I'm just kind of stuck there trying to send smoke signals out into the sky, hoping that someone's going to come and rescue me. And yeah, it was horrible. So finally, after 17 hours of waiting for a tow truck to come and get me, no communication with family or anybody, I finally get towed out of there, right? Now I'm getting my part delivered to me by my boss, who drove all the way from California to Albuquerque, New Mexico, straight through, just straight hot shotted it all the way there to bring me the parts that I needed to get the truck fixed, because it was a Sunday and the only place that had the part was Kenworth, which was closed. So I would have had to have waited till Monday, which that would have also pushed me back another day. And we didn't want this load to be late, right? Because this is one of the important brokers. So we get the part to me, we get it installed, and we get pushing on the road. I mean to tell you, I hightailed it all the way here to California to get this load delivered on time. Showed up early. The appointment was set for 8:30 in the morning, right? I'm sitting there at 7:30 waiting to check in. I get checked in, and let me tell you something. It wasn't until 8:30 at night. Okay? So there was no need to push the way I pushed. So now I'm stuck here and can't go home, can't do anything besides sit here. So let me put this into perspective. This was 900 miles, and I had 4 days to cover 900 miles, okay? Typically, you get 4 days to cover over 2,000 miles, right? Well over, roughly 2,500 on average. Now, the amount of money that you could make in a 4-day span versus the amount of money that I have made in a 4-day span is huge. In 4 days, you could pay your rent, your phone, your PG&E, your Wi-Fi, all of your miscellaneous bills like your Netflix, your Hulu, your Mister's Car Wash, your Pornhub subscription, everything. And I didn't even make enough to cover miscellaneous bills because of all this. So it's not always like this, but I just want a lot of people who are aspiring to be truck drivers to understand that there is bad that comes with the good. It's not always, biscuits and gravy. Sometimes it's just not. And I don't know if you guys can tell with my voice and my mood right now, but your boy is absolutely just chapped. But we've got another 12 hours of just sitting here for fun. So I'm gonna go and hop in the shower right now, grab me some lunch, and apologize to my family for yet again not making it on time. And yeah, it just sometimes it really sucks. And let me tell you, with trucking, when it rains, it pours. But aside that, you know, trucking has got its ups, trucking is fun, all this other stuff. And one thing that really draws me to trucking is I don't feel like I'm at work, okay? They say find a job that you love and enjoy and you'll never go to work a day in your life. That is what it's like trucking for me, the majority of the time. But there is really bad spells that you will go through, and this is just one of those really bad spells for your boy. Anyway, I'm go inside this Pilot and watch the boys and go get me something to eat. Till next episode, see you guys later.